At the core of Parashat Tetzavveh is a detailed description of the clothing worn by the Kohanim that will perform the ritual in the temple. We read in Exodus 28, 33-35, quote, "On the hem of the robe make pomegranates, a golden bell and a pomegranate all around the hem of the robe. Aaron shall wear it while officiating, so that the sound of it is heard when he comes into the sanctuary before the Lord, and when he goes out, that he may not die," unquote. V'asita al shulav rimonei tchelet v'argaman v'tolat shani. Why does Torah emphasize the chiming of these golden bells? Rabbi Shmuel Avidor Kohen argues that the bells represent how we as individuals relate to God in our soulful lives. HaKohen turns to two modes of prayer represented by Rabbi Shlomo of Karlin and Rabbi Yisrael of Ruzhin. When Rabbi Shlomo of Karlin prayed with his devotees, he encouraged them to pray from a place of passion, employing the heartfelt crying out to God and ecstatic body movements. During prayer, he would even cry out, quote, "Bring on the fire, unquote. Their prayer was chaotic, stormy, loud, and expressive. In contrast, Rabbi Yisrael of Ruzhin taught his followers to pray with a kol demama daka, a still small voice. He encouraged his devotees to learn the discipline of tending to and nurturing the soulful fire that burns within the confines of one's soul, and then expressing it in a modest, understated way that is true to oneself, but subtle and modest to others. Jews pray in a multiplicity of ways, between the poles expressed by Rabbi Shlomo and Rabbi Yisrael. While there are Jews that comfortably locate expressive prayer, on the one hand, more modestly, and restrain their demeanor on the other, the majority of us embrace the shades of gray in between. There are times in our spiritual lives when we need to call out with a full voice, and other times when we need to embrace that still small voice inside of us. Perhaps the models represented by these two modes find their resonance in the introvert-extrovert tension. Rabbi Shlomo and Rabbi Yisrael, and extroverts and introverts, represent two complementary ways of engaging with the world and expressing one's unique voice. But more than that, I see this not only reflecting postures toward prayer, but also postures on interfacing with life and our world. We need both, not only in the world of spirituality, but also in the larger world, especially when it comes to politics, social issues, and the state of Israel. Every single one of us journeys through life with a hem of golden bells. These bells are indeed unique to each and every one of us. The challenge we are faced with is finding the proper way for the sound of these bells to be heard. The voice of these bells needs to be heard by others, by God, and perhaps most importantly, by our inner selves. Parashat Tetzavveh gives us the gift of thinking about how we want our special voice to be heard in the world. To not accept this challenge is to deprive ourselves and others of a precious vehicle toward expressing the unique image of God inherent in each of us. With wishes for a week full of Torah and Shabbat Shalom.